unidentified flying objects. Are they proof that we are being visited by civilizations from other stars? Or just what are they?
I think I got your favorite plate. How about that? All right. Well,
one can always tell when your husband has returned.
Hi, honey.
First patient, please, Peter. Hold down. Finished?
About 10 minutes. Where are you going?
Out. The beach.
Well, we haven't talked yet, and you said after work.
I'm making plans, Don. I told you that.
Hello, Dr. Ted.
Evening, Teamy. Good night for fishing.
The moon, yes.
When I first came to the island, the fishing was better.
We catch them all.
Distant star, you have returned. I, Manaku, chief of Torotupa, beg of you, grant us a new rod of life. Now, please.
Boro means to crumble. Boro-I is easy game. Boro-Baku, cats and dogs. It's raining Borobaku. Borobako means cardboard box. Borokuso means to disparage. What does disparage mean?
Borokusu. Sergeant, you're not really planning to learn the entire Japanese language in one day.
Trying my best, sir. The grasp of the Japanese language might come in handy when we get to our eyewitness interviews.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Japan myself. Never been there.
Well, I'm looking forward to our layover in Hawaii. All those luau's, all those grass skirts.
We have a radio message for you, Captain Ryan.
Oh, thank you.
On arrival at Hickam, you're to report to Brigadier General Barnwell, Director of Operations, Headquarters PACAF.
Gentlemen, your trip to Japan has been delayed. At ease, Sergeant.
Yes, sir.
Here's the reason for the delay. The doctor's name is Saunders. They call him the Schweitzer of the South Pacific. So you have credibility going.
I've heard of him.
This Twix came in for you, too, from Wright Pat this morning.
We'll be making a little detour, sir?
About 2,400 miles. Toratupa, Marshall Islands.
Captain, I don't have to tell you, this sighting has already generated a lot of publicity. People are bombarding us with questions.
Blue Book better come up with some answers, sir.
That's the drift.
General, it says here that 3 additional witnesses were present at the sighting.
Native fishermen. Dr. Saunders will interpret for you if necessary. However, diplomacy during all interviews. It's their island.
Yes, sir.
It is part of the U.S. Trust Territory, isn't that correct, sir?
Yes, so you will have complete authority to conduct an investigation. However, I say again, local customs must be respected at all times.
Understood, sir.
Good. There's more. We have a number of important military installations in the area. Tracking stations and so on. If any of them are affected at any time, we want to know at once.
Yes, sir.
You'll be taking a C-130 to Kwajalein. From there, you'll catch a chopper for your final destination. Toratupa.
That should do it. Now, Chief Monaco, you be sure that your granddaughter stays off this foot as much as possible until it's completely healed.
This island, Chief. Always listen to advice of doctor.
Yes, you usually do, Monaco. Oh, by the way, some officers from the American Air Force will be arriving here soon to investigate what the men and I saw on the beach. I'm counting on your help.
If you wish.
Thank you.
We just crossed it. Just past Kwajalein.
What? Crossed what?
International date line, sir. Tuesday is Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
No, you don't get it, sir. We pick up a day's pay for nothing.
Well, when we come back and Wednesday becomes Tuesday, we lose a day's pay for nothing.
You got any better, Peter? You can hang out your own shingle and put me out of business.
I don't think anybody will ever do that, Dr. Ted. Well, I'll see that he gets home.
Why don't you let him?
What?
Peter's perfectly capable of taking care of this place until another doctor arrives.
If you're tired, bored, island happy, just take a vacation. Hawaii, Japan, the States even.
Honey, I am not talking about boredom or a holiday. I'm talking about a way of life.
So am I.
There she is. Toratupa.
Dr. Saunders, I presume.
Welcome to Tortuga, Captain Ryan.
Sergeant Harry Fitz.
Sergeant, my colleague Peter Owecki.
How are you?
Good to meet you, gentlemen.
Peter?
Oh, thank you.
Tatula. That means hello, welcome, love.
Well, thank you. You certainly heard that a lot in the Jeep. It's a friendly island.
Tatula, Sergeant.
Well, thank you, ma'am.
I found him.
Hi.
Hi.
This is Alex and Michael, the youngest.
Oh, boys, how you doing?
Fine.
Hi, Alex. Hi, Michael. You sure are living in paradise.
Sir?
Sergeant.
Sir Sergeant?
No, just Sergeant, Alex.
Can we talk about airplanes?
Well, sure.
We don't see many out here.
We don't see anything out here.
Michael,
The boys were born and raised on the island.
you sound like you're apologizing for it, Donna. There's no better place to raise children. Pure air, pure water, all the food organic, from coconuts to fish.
Not to mention the no museums, no art galleries, no libraries, no music.
We have things to discuss, Donna.
Yes, of course. Come on, boys.
See you later, boys.
Bye.
Well, shall we get started, Doctor?
Yeah, sit down. Where to begin?
Do you remember what you were doing just before the sighting?
Yes, I just finished working in the clinic. I'd gone down to the beach for a walk. For a long time afterward, I just stood there, rooted in the sand, trying to grasp what I'd seen. Unless you'd been there, you can't imagine what it was like. Finally, I realized that the other men had returned and were watching me, and that brought me back down to earth.
You discussed the sighting with them?
Yes. They were frightened.
And you weren't?
Well, yes and no. I don't know what it was. It was Just something I felt as I watched the object, a kind of inner peace, tranquility. Suddenly I had no problems, no worries. Everything was calm.
Had you ever seen anything like it before? Any such shape or brilliance?
No, never. Let me show you something. After the sighting, all of us came back here. The 3 natives and I mean. And I put each into a separate room and asked each to draw what he remembered of the object.
Really remarkable, Doctor. Very seldom when witnesses agree so closely on the details of a sighting.
Yeah. You can imagine my relief when I collected these drawings from the other 3 witnesses. I knew for certain then that I hadn't been seeing things.
Have you ever had hallucinations?
Never.
Vivid dreams?
No. This was no dream, no hallucination, nothing like that. I don't drink, I don't use drugs.
Well, we'd like to interview the other 3 men, if we may.
Of course.
Would you mind if we keep these sketches for a while, Doctor?
Keep them for as long as you like. Monica, please come in.
Perhaps you forgot our appointment to discuss the health program of the island, Dr. Ted.
Oh, yes, I did. We'll discuss it tomorrow, Monica. My apologies. Now, I'd like you to meet some new friends. These are the Air Force investigators I told you about. Captain Ryan, Sergeant Fitz. May I introduce Manuku, Chief of Tortuga.
I am pleased to meet such important men.
We're pleased to meet you, sir.
You have a beautiful island here, Chief.
Thank you.
Will you help us with the investigation, Manuku?
As I have spoken before, Doctor, I do not approve.
Yes, but these gentlemen simply want to interview Timi and Thurnmaki.
Captain, I can bring the men to you tonight, if you wish.
We would appreciate it, sir.
Thank you, Manuku.
He doesn't seem too enthused about the idea. Or is that just the way of a chief?
In this case, I'm not quite sure, Captain.
We need to know about any aircraft movements and if you had any weather balloon launchings on or about that date. We also need some detailed charts of the area, over.
That'll take a day. I'll fly the data over to you in one of our choppers, over.
Much obliged. Oh, by the way, could we borrow your chopper again for a couple of hours, over?
Roger, just give us a buzz when you need a lift, over.
Thank you. Will do. Ryan out. Okay, let's begin with the small saucer. How large was it? Like this? Larger?
What saucer?
The one that came from the mothership.
I saw no saucer.
Okay, no saucer. What did you see?
Small white light up in the sky.
Light move. They sound a little rehearsed to you, sir?
No more than the Rockettes.
What do you make of that?
It's his island. You remember these?
Yes, we made these pictures.
That shows a good deal more than a little white light.
We drew these pictures after we'd seen Dr. Ted's.
You copied Dr. Saunders' sketch?
Copied? Yes, that's the word.
all this wonderful food?
That's chicken, and that's papaya.
Wonderful.
And that's pork.
Splendid.
And that's eel.
Copied? I don't believe it.
Yes?
I've known those men for years. I don't understand it. Captain, I swear I saw a flying object just as I described it.
We certainly believe you saw something. Well, perhaps there are other reasons for the discrepancies.
Well, yes, the men are lying.
Why would they lie?
I have no idea.
I must say something. I also saw an object. A flying object.
When?
It happened 2 nights ago.
Well, tell me about it. What did you see?
It was just after sunset. I was coming home from visiting a patient who lives near the mountain. A storm was beginning to set in. So to save time, I cut through the ruins. Instead of coming over and talking about the lights, he just walked away without a word. Next day, I tried to talk to Manaku about the sighting. He just wouldn't discuss it.
Of course he wouldn't. You were on sacred grounds at the ruins.
What exactly are the ruins?
It's Tortupa's old religious and cultural center, built over 1,000 years ago.
This Tapu area. Could it cause 3 fishermen to change their story?
It could indeed.
Incredible.
3 years ago, a team of American archaeologists came over here. They did carbon-14 tests. It's how we know the age of the ruins. There's the mountain.
That's where the lights came from?
Did anything happen to them because of the tapu?
Well, one of them developed a severe case of rash. He was allergic to mangoes.
Harry, take a look at these 2 rocks, just to the left of the peak. That's a possibility with the diffused rays at sunset, striking at just the right angle.
That's where I saw the lights.
Well, we'll have to get up there to get a closer look.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. There is still Manaku, and he is chief of the island.
Tantula, Captain.
Tantula, Manaku. Could we talk to you about your meeting with Peter Ueki 3 days ago?
Meeting?
At the ruins.
Oh, yes, I did pass Peter there, but I was on my way to the village.
Sir, Peter said he saw some lights at the top of the mountain. Did you see them?
Or anything out of the ordinary, sir?
No, I saw nothing unusual. Just storm clouds and great lightning in the sky.
Sir, would you have any objection if we climbed the mountain, took a look around?
Yes, I would. I forbid it. It is sacred ground. Stay away.
Well, still his island.
Timmy, what made you change your story? You didn't copy my drawing of the flying object. None of you did. We went into separate rooms.
Are we intruding?
No, I'd like you to hear this. Now, did somebody order you to change your stories? You're lying. How dare you lie to me? I still can't get over it. They lied to my face. Those boys grew up with me.
Well, are you sure they were lying? Maybe you just imagined it.
I didn't imagine anything. Not what I saw, what I heard, what I felt. They lied, Donna.
Ted, listen to
I
me.
gotta
The
get
10
back
years...
to work.
Have you made a decision?
About leaving the island? No.
Ted, honey, please tell me. I'll understand. Are you afraid to leave here?
Afraid to leave? What are you talking about? Of course I'm not afraid. Donna, these people need me here. It's as simple as that. What I'm doing here is a lot more important than dispensing pills in a high-rise office in Chicago.
What about the children?
What about them? Mike, if only I could have been raised like this. It's paradise. How happy we've been here. Working, playing, loving. Oh, look at me, Donna.
Ted, a 727 leaves Kwajalein for the States at the end of the month. I intend to be on it. With the boys. I mean it.
Where we headed, Cap? Tapu Mountain. Way out of bounds.
How close you want it?
Sit on it, but don't touch it.
Roger.
Look, Captain.
Lightning strike.
Gentlemen, I think we just solved part of this puzzle.
Captain, you went to the mountain.
Well, no, sir. We just circled it.
You're no longer welcome on this island.
What was it the General said back in Hawaii?
Quote, I say again, local customs will be respected at all times. End quote.
Evening, Miss Saunders.
Hello, Sergeant.
Please come in.
Thank you.
Hi, Mrs. Saunders.
Captain, I can only stay a minute. I just came by to ask how your investigation is coming along.
Oh, well, we're getting close.
Good.
Well, could we get you a cold drink, something?
No, thank you. Well, I guess the best way is just to say the words. I suppose you know my husband wants to stay on the island and I want to leave. There are many reasons on both sides.
Miss Saunders, there's no...
Please hear me out. It might explain a few things.
What things?
I believe my husband may not have seen anything the other night. It could have all been an hallucination.
Why? What makes you say that, ma'am?
Because my husband is upset, confused. He knows it's time for all of us to leave here. Part of him wants to go. The other part doesn't want to leave his people or this beautiful island.
Yeah. It's a tough decision.
Well, that's only part of it. A lot has happened in medicine in the States. Can he go back after 10 years and pick up, fit in? Can he make a living and be somebody important the way he is here? One more thing. This island is strange, gentlemen. Choose your own word. Haunted, bedeviled. The other night at the luau, people were so unconcerned about the taboo. But let me tell you something about Alex, my son. A couple of years ago, he was up on that mountain. And as boys will, he was throwing stones. And he hit a kingfisher. And he killed it. Poor thing. He cried and he cried. But that's all he could do. Cry. For he couldn't speak any longer.
He couldn't talk?
Monaco came, as if we had called him, and he knew all about it. The kingfisher is a sacred bird, and he told Alex about it and asked him where the bird had fallen, and Alex showed him. Then Monaco went away. The next morning, Alex could speak again, for Monaco had buried the bird. My point, gentlemen, is that we have to get off this island. We've been here too long. I know it. So does Ted deep inside.
But he's torn because he loves the island very much.
Torn. He's ripped wide open. Ted Saunders, bless his heart, never saw anything. Good night, gentlemen.
Good night, Mrs. Saunders.
Good night.
Well.
What do you think, Captain? Is it a hallucination, as she says?
Uh-uh. No, he saw something.
We are where we want to be.
It's a piece of a weather balloon.
We found it draped over some rocks.
You're telling me, Captain, that what I saw the other night on the beach was a weather balloon, too?
Yes, sir. Partially inflated, in the air.
Does this look like a weather balloon to you?
No, sir, but that drawing doesn't prove that you saw a UFO.
It doesn't disprove it either.
All we can do here, Doctor, is tell you some facts, then see how they fit.
I'm listening.
An hour before you saw the UFO, the Air Force station at Lorp Island launched a weather balloon carrying an instrument package. According to Captain Wilson, the officer in charge, the balloon malfunctioned somehow. Instead of rising high into the atmosphere, it got to only 1,000 feet, then started drifting west towards this island of Toratupa.
That night you'd worked late and were tired. The particular model that we recovered has a bright white tracking light. It would light up most of the gas bag. By the time the balloon reached the beach, it would have been nearly deflated and unrecognizable. Remember, you were looking at an object you weren't conditioned to see. Under the circumstances, it wouldn't be too surprising if your imagination played a few tricks.
I don't buy it. Remember, 3 other witnesses also saw this.
You said you talked to the fishermen before you came back here to make the drawings. Maybe subconsciously they drew what you wanted them to draw.
No.
The Toratupans are friendly people. They do want to please.
Actually, we just don't know about the sketches. Since you told us one thing and the fishermen told us another, we really can't consider the sketches as evidence.
What you're saying, then, is that I saw a weather balloon and then hallucinated the rest. Imagined it. It's all right. Donna told me that she talked to you last night.
Doctor, I'm sure you're aware of how much a person's emotional state can affect their judgment.
Yes, I am, and I know what I saw that night.
Captain, what about the lights on the mountain?
Remember, at first we thought it might be sunlight reflecting off the flat rocks at the top of the mountain. Then Sergeant Fitz saw this.
It's a coconut palm.
Yes, ma'am. Split by lightning.
And that was on the day of my sighting?
We think so. We checked meteorology. That evening, severe thunderstorms blanketed the area. There was all kinds of electrical activity in the atmosphere. The humid air around the mountain must have been highly ionized. Conditions were perfect then for what probably happened next.
Peter, we think you may have seen one of nature's rarest phenomena, ball lightning. Although we don't know exactly how it's formed, we do know it can appear immediately after a lightning strike. You said your sighting was brief.
Yes, maybe 20 seconds.
Ball lightning has a lifespan of roughly 10 to 30 seconds.
That could be it, then. Monaco, what do you think?
I was on my way to the village. I saw no lights on the mountain. Is this meeting over?
If you wish, sir.
Then, will you excuse me?
Monaco. No matter what comes of this, what is proven or not proven, I want you to know you will always have my deepest respect and my love. For 10 years now, you have been my chief, too.
Tatula, Doctor.
Tatula, Monaco.
Wilson, we can't disprove what you say you witnessed. All we can put in our report is that your sighting is an unknown.
Unknown? After all you said about my imagination, all that.
You possibly could have seen it, sir, in spite of all we said.
I did see it, Sergeant. Captain. I did.
We're going back, boys.
Oh, Mom!
Just for a leave.
A nice long leave.
We're going to take the Kwajalein flight back the end of the month. Well, have a good flight back.
Thanks, Doctor.
Oh, I'll be right back.
Hope to see you again someday.
Oh. Same here.
Unofficially, Captain.
Oh.
Totula, Captain. Totula, Sergeant.
Bye, everybody.
Totula.
Think we'll ever know for sure what Dr. Saunders saw that night, Captain?
I doubt it. Not unless those three fishermen decide to talk. I don't think they ever will. Monaco's seen to that. I wonder why.
I, Manaku, Chief of Torotupa, beg of you, grant us the new rod of light. Now, please. We are most grateful for this rod of light, like all of the others. When the good doctor operates with this scalpel, There will be no loss of blood. With these instruments, no sutures will ever be required. When Dr. Ted returns to this island, we will present these surgical instruments to him. He will see that he has not fallen behind in his practice of medicine. He will be many thousands of years ahead, just as those who came before him. Dr. Michael, Dr. Albert, Dr. Christian, all have the infinite medical powers of the rod of light. From the year 5081.
Language might come in handy when we get to our eyewitness interviews.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Japan myself. Never been there.
Well, I'm looking forward to our layover in Hawaii. All those luau's, all those grass skirts.
We have a radio message for you, Captain Ryan.
Oh, thank you.
On arrival at Hickam, you're to report to Brigadier General Barnwell, Director of Operations, Headquarters PACAF.
Gentlemen, your trip to Japan has been delayed. At ease, Sergeant.
Yes, sir.
Here's the reason for the delay. The doctor's name is Saunders. They call him the Schweitzer of the South Pacific. So you have credibility going.
I've heard of him.
This Twix came in for you, too, from Wright Pat this morning.
We'll be making a little detour, sir?
About 2,400 miles. Toratupa, Marshall Islands.
Captain, I don't have to tell you, this sighting has already generated a lot of publicity. People are bombarding us with questions.
Blue Book better come up with some answers, sir.
That's the drift.
General, it says here that 3 additional witnesses were present at the sighting.
Native fishermen. Dr. Saunders will interpret for you if necessary. However, diplomacy during all interviews. It's their island.
Yes, sir.
It is part of the U.S. Trust Territory, isn't that correct, sir?
Yes, so you will have complete authority to conduct an investigation. However, I say again, local customs...
These are unidentified flying objects. Are they proof that we are being visited by civilizations from other stars? Or just what are they?
Distant star, you have returned. I, Manaku, chief of Torotupa, beg of you, grant us a new rod of life. Now, please.
Boro means to crumble. Boro-I is easy game. Boro-Baku, cats and dogs. It's raining Boro-Baku. Boro-Bako means cardboard box. Boro-Kuso means to disparage. What does disparage mean?
Boro-Kusu. Sergeant, you're not really planning to learn the entire Japanese language in one day.
Trying my best, sir. The grasp of the Japanese language.
I think I got your favorite plate. How about that? All right? Huh?
One can always tell when your husband has returned.
Hi, honey.
First patient, please, Peter. Fall down. Finished?
About 10 minutes. Where are you going?
Out. The beach.
Well, we haven't talked yet, and you said after work.
I'm making plans, Don. I told you that.
Hello, Dr. Ted.
Evening, Teamy. Good night for fishing.
The moon, yes.
When I first came to the island, the fishing was better.
We catch them all.
Must be respected at all times.
Understood, sir.
Good. There's more. We have a number of important military installations in the area. Tracking stations and so on. If any of them are affected at any time, we want to know at once.
Yes, sir.
You'll be taking a C-130 to Kwajalein. From there, you'll catch a chopper for your final destination. Toratupa.
That should do it. Now, Chief Monaco, you be sure that your granddaughter stays off this foot as much as possible until it's completely healed.
This island, Chief. Always listen to advice of doctor.
Yes, you usually do, Monaco. Oh, by the way, some officers from the American Air Force will be arriving here soon to investigate what the men and I saw on the beach. I'm counting on your help.
If you wish.
Thank you.
Just crossed it. Just past Kwajalein.
What? Crossed what?
International date line, sir. Tuesday is Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
No, you don't get it, sir. We pick up a day's pay for nothing.
Well, when we come back and Wednesday becomes Tuesday, we lose a day's pay for nothing.
You got any better, Peter? You can hang out your own shingle and put me out of business.
I don't think anybody will ever do that, Dr. Ted. Well, I'll see that he gets home.
Why don't you let him?
What?
Peter's perfectly capable of taking care of this place until another doctor arrives.
If you're tired.